Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Robin. I'm a filmmaker and photographer based on Vancouver Island in British Columbia. And today I want to talk about a vast subject, backpacks. But more specifically, the backpack I've been using daily since 2015. Let's take a look. And here it is. This is the Langly Alpha Globe-trotter from 2018. And I say 2018 because since they released a new version, it's called the Alpha Globetrotter XC. And I should have been a bit more specific. This is not the exact bag I've been using since 2015 because this particular model was released in 2018. But what I meant is that I've been using the Langly Alpha since 2015. My journey with Langly started when I was still in college. I was looking through Instagram and I saw a post by Langly showcasing this bag. And first of all, I just love how it looks. And so that's why I discovered the brand and the bags they were making. And generally, when you choose a backpack, the look shouldn't be the first thing you are looking for. It should be about how much you can pack it in, if it's comfortable, if it's durable, that kind of thing. But in my case, I'm not going to lie, the looks of those bags, what really drew me to the Langly brand. They have this kind of old military rucksack look that you can take to the woods or on adventures, very rugged. Langly was one of the very few brands to kind of step away from your conventional photo bag looking and went with a different design, which was a bit more like for the outdoors and something that didn't say that you own camera gear, expensive camera gears. And that's something I like because the low pro bags and that kind of brands are great because they're very comfortable. They're like 100% made for photo gears. But they can also kind of put a target on your back by saying to people that you have lots of expensive gear. I own multiple Langly bags, but the Alpha series was always my favorite. The first one I got in 2015 was the Alpha Pro Mark II, which was slightly different from this design. First of all, there wasn't this front opening. It was the zipper was like across the middle of the bag here, and it would like have to take this part off and lift it up to access the photo compartments. Then in 2017, they had the Mark III, which was the same idea where you had to zip and remove that upper part. And those external pockets were larger, which was great to add more accessories. But in 2018, that's when they did the biggest redesign of this bag. And they also renamed it Alpha Globetrotter. The biggest change was that they ditched this central zipper here. Then they designed this front opening with the zipper here, which is much easier to access your gear. And you can just lay the backpack flat, remove this compartment here and access your gear. And so I've been rocking this particular model since 2018, so it's almost 6 years now. And it's my daily backpack, meaning if I have to go out for a day or something, this is the bag I'm going to bring. If I'm going to go to a coffee shop with my laptop or something, this is the bag I'm going to bring. And it's just perfect to have the minimal kit that I always want with me. So it's usually one body, two lenses, the accessories, maybe my computers and the accessory with that, the hard drive, the SSD. So we've been looking at camera bags for a while now. You must know that there is no perfect bag for every situation. Instead, you really have to see it as you have a couple of bags that can suit different occasions. The way I see the Langly is this is a perfect everyday bag, meaning that it's not too big. Langly said this is a 24-liter bag, which makes it perfect for everyday things. You can pack a bit of a photo gear. You can pack a laptop and some SSD, hard drives, a bit of clothing, maybe water bottles, everything that you would need for a day out on a shoot, a day out exploring, traveling, that kind of thing. It's not solely a photo bag. And it's in partly due to the two main compartments here. You have the bottom for the photo gear, the upper compartment for other things. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I pack this bag really heavy and I'll have photo things on the bottom, on the side pocket, and on the top as well, because I just want to carry more photo gears and accessories and that kind of things. So like we've talked, there is a top compartment, the lower compartment with the photo compartment, then you have the side pocket, two on each side, which are really, really big, which are nice, same with the front one. And to give you an idea, the one on the side here can fit one of those large camping water bowls just fine. And it's just, you won't be able to fold the the top here, but it still fits. You can see it's quite packed, but it does fit. So it's a nice touch here, because those bottles are heavy, but I like those because they're 1 liter. Except if you have the standard one here, obviously it will also fit. Now for the photo compartment of this bag, I would say it takes roughly about half of the bag, which is the lower compartment. So you'll open it here. And that's how it is, empty. So there are technically, when you buy the bag, there are more dividers. I have it in 3 column, and then I'll have like maybe a row, 2 row here. With those dividers, you can just set up as you wish, like most photo backpack. These are quite stiff, but not too stiff. So you'll see over time they might form a bit of an arch here, which is fine. And then there is still lots of room here in this bag. The one thing though is that those I would suggest to use these the long divider here, always vertically, so that they create some support. Because when you're going to start loading the top compartment, you'll find that it will really start to push down, and this is why it arcs as well here. So I would always suggest to have those vertically instead of horizontally. Now with any type of like front loading zipper here, the zipper here is not all the way down, but it will create some tensions on the bottom of the zipper. And something it can create some weakness, and you could break the zipper. And I gotta say, again, for the past 6 years, it didn't happen. So it just shows how well, again, the bag is built, and that it's not something I would worry about. And finally, you have the top compartment here, which open here. I know it has nothing to do with it, but to me, it reminds me of like the Darth Vader helmet. You know, you remove the top, and then you have the lower versions, but whatever. 2 zippers here, again, which you'll see don't go all the way down, which is good. And here, the zipper here, which will be where you can slide the laptop. It's padded again, it's very smooth, so you can even just slide the laptop in without having a case. But you can also have a case if you want, because it is very roomy. Here's a 16-inch Pro Max thingy here, and it slides perfectly in. And there is still a centimeter here, a good 1.5 centimeters on the side here. Technically, I think it could even fit a 17-inch if they're still making those these days. No clue. And then you can close it up. And then, like I said, it creates some tension, some rigidity, sorry, not tension, but rigidity. And you can already see that the bag, which was a bit slightly arched before, get back its initial shape. And on top here, you have a lot of room still. You cannot access the photo compartment from this top, but on the new XC version, you can. There'll be like a zipper here at the bottom, which means that you can basically remove this thing here, and you can have the whole backpack in the whole length, which is something I really enjoy. That's for me is the best feature of the new XC version. And on the inside of this thing here, you have an additional pocket, and you have a little name tag where you can put your name in. Mine is kind of like peeling off again, but you can see Langly, name, cell, email. So if you lose your bag and someone is really nice, decide to bring you back your bag, you can find your information there if you write it down. And finally, you have this pocket here to put sunglasses, wallet, smaller item. All of the buckles on this bag have a very smart system, which is this snap fastener button here, which you can just slide your finger through here and come here and just close it or pop it out. So this is great. Those pockets can be opened with one hand. This bag empty stands by itself, which is great. It can, it stands here, it doesn't fall down, it doesn't fall back. Great. Once it gets heavy and you start putting stuff in, the bag will just the way it is. Apparently this was fixed on the XC version, but I haven't tested it for myself. I also find the bag very comfortable. This version from 2018 was a big improvement compared to the previous versions. The previous version, those straps were really thin, and especially here, they almost had a thin edge, which over time would dig into your skin, which was not comfortable at all. But here you have this padding here, and the edges here are like rounder, so I never feel that those straps are like really digging into my skin. Here you have those shoulder straps which are ventilated. I found them really comfortable compared to the other versions. They're more padded, and then you have those little like nylon strap on top of them so you can add accessories. You can see here I added the Peak design, which is the V3, the smaller version, and the V2, and it still fits. And going down here, you have this nylon chest strap that features a tiny little emergency whistle, which sounds kind of cute, but it's there if you want it. Any bag above 20 liters, I really like when they have those chest straps because it's more comfortable. And if you look at the bottom of the shoulder strap, there is a buckle, a plastic buckle, which you can just unclip the strap, which to me is, I don't know why they did that. Maybe if you want to make the strap longer, I just don't understand these features, but it's there if you want it. And finally, you have those like extra straps on top here to kind of like change the angle of the bag and then the top of the shoulder strap. If you're using a hiking bag or heavier bag, you must be familiar with those. These are on this bag. They're just placed in an odd way. And they don't really change the angle. Generally, you're supposed to tighten it when you go up a mountain and then loosen it when you go down. Oh, it's the opposite. I can never remember. Anyway, this doesn't do much, either if it's like very tight or very loose. Usually the way I use it is that I have this little hook here, and I can hide maybe I can put a tripod on top here with the 3 little hooks. So that's the main feature I use those for. They also come with a waist strap here, which are made of these very same nylons. I removed them because they're very uncomfortable and I don't find them useful in this case. So they can be difficult to remove, but it's doable. And then here you have the luggage pass-through, which again, after 6 years, a little flower got stuck here, which has this kind of Velcro here attached. Mine isn't really sticky anymore, so even if I just slightly put it like this and I put the pass-through, the bag is heavy, it's gonna come off, the bag's gonna fall down. So I never put it onto the luggage pass-through anymore. And then here, the good thing about this is that you have this little secret compartment, which I just found that my thing here also broke, but that's fine. And here you have another pocket here. Usually you have a garbage bag here. And then you can put a air tag in there, for example. This kind of like arrow style shape here is really well ventilated. And that's another advantage compared to the previous versions. I really enjoy this design. I found that it's very comfortable. It doesn't like stuck to your back when you're sweaty. And for some reason, they changed it back onto the XE versions. I don't know why. I like this version better, but it's all a matter of preferences there. Another great aspect about this bag is that it is so durable. It is so well made. And I've tossed this bag into wet grass, onto rocks, into plenty of different things. It's been through the elements. It's been through rain, through snow, through a tiny little sandstorm. It's been through plenty of things, and every single time my camera gears was well protected. On the bottom here, they have these very durable diamond-shaped materials, which is stiffer and very durable, so it is great. And finally, like all of the Langly bags so far, you have this additional strap here where you can slide a tripod here, or you can strap a blanket. And I've been using this particular bag since 2018, so it's going on its 6 years now. And it's a bit beat up on the side here. You can see the YYK zipper protection started to peel down. It has a bit of discolorations here. See here is kind of discoloration here because the zippers on and off kind of create some frictions here. But overall, the bag still looks really great. It just shows how the Langly bags are very durable. There are no tear I'm like worried about. I'm not worried about carrying the bag somewhere remote and having one of the strap breaks. The straps here are still like in perfect shape. I don't see any tear, other than, like I said earlier, the waterproofing coating here that starts to peel off on mine. But again, after 6 years, I think we can say it's kind of normal. And although the bag is fully weatherproof, like with any type of weatherproofing material, over time it will be less good. So I just use a little bit of those spray. You can waterproof things, just like your tent or your outdoor clothing, and it seems to work well. But it's when looking at the different available colors for those bags that you'll find most differences, which is very odd in my opinion. They have 3 available colors for this one. Mine is the green forest. As you can see, the bag is green, and then he has this very nice brown leather insert here on the front buckles, on the zipper here, on the side as well, the top handles, and the logo here. And on the full black versions, they removed those brown leather inserts, and it's instead synthetic. And as well as the overall material of the bag is different. This is a canvas fabric which is waterproof TPU, whereas the black version uses a 8040D nylon fabric. And you'll find that this here is has some grain to it, whereas the fully black version will be very smooth. My guess is that the black version is the most popular version, and then they might not be able to tint the 840D nylon fabric in green. And not only the color is different on the black one, but you also find some improvement compared to this version. And the reason I know this is because when I got this back in 2018, a friend of mine got the fully black versions, and we compared both back and quickly found a couple of differences there and there. Obviously, the biggest one was the material used. But also here on the zipper on the front here, those are just a normal zipper. But on this version, the zipper had a pass-through for a lock, which was TSA approved, so you could lock your photo compartment. This one doesn't have it. And we also found some differences on the back of the bag with the luggage pass-through. So a few differences there and there, which were really odd to me because both bags were bought in the exact same time frame. So this is not like he got the bag a year later and maybe they did some improvement. But it really feels like Langly concentrate on the fully black versions, probably because it's the best seller. And you'll find out as well this on the XC version, which is the update version, will only be available in this black finish. So if, like me, you really enjoy the green bag, you will have to get these models. And regardless of the models, these bags have a capacity of 24 liters, and they both weigh 2.3 kilograms, which is not particularly light, but not particularly heavy. I would say it's a medium weight for that kind of bag. Although this is my favorite everyday bag, there are still a few things that could be improved. So Langly, if you're listening, take some notes. First off, it's about the exterior of the bag. So it is a very streamlined design, and that's what makes the bag so pretty. But here, for example, on each side, you have those very wide pockets. You can put, like I said, a very large water bottle, which is great. But some people would like to put a tripod here, and you can't, because if you put a tripod here, the top of the tripod will still kind of like dangle around, even though the pocket is quite deep. So what would be nice if here there could be some sort of like additional strap, maybe start from here and to here, where you could just, with a small buckle, where you could maybe fasten a tripod here, or any type of other accessories, a shoulder rig, that kind of thing. And it would be great if it would be on both sides. So you could decide on one side to have a video tripod, on the other side having a water bottle, or one tripod, one shoulder rig, or two tripods, or whatever you want. But just something here that would allow you to mount equipment that are too big for the inside of the bag on the side of the bag. Another thing I wish was available on this bag was the ability to access the lower compartment from the top. So they did that with the XC, which is a good point, but again, it only comes in black. So if I wanted to have ability to have a all-in-one compartment in green, I can't. So Langly do the same thing with the green bag. Bring back the colors. That's something that I really enjoy from the get-go with the Langly is their colors. The first Mark II of this bag came in the black, came in this green olive, and it also had an amazing sand-colored bag, which are great. You can use them depending on where you are. Another thing that could be improved with the Langly bag is the waist strap. So with these 2018 models, they come with waist straps, but they look like this. They are very narrow, they're made of nylons, they're not comfortable at all, and good thing that you can remove them, because that's what I did. For a while I kept them on, and then just like have it like strapped in the back here, then you have the front buckles kind of digging into your back, so not comfortable at all. And overall, the waist straps are a good thing for when the bag starts to get bigger, and you start to like really loading things in. But this is not comfortable, and it could be a very simple fix. I'm not asking for a very thick padded waist strap like you would find on the hiking bag, but just something as simple as having the same material you're using on the shoulder strap here for like the first third of on the left here, the other third here, so you have more padding on the waists on the side, and on the front you can use the same material here and the same front buckle, and using the same kind of like nylon on top of those this nylon top strap here, so you can also mount additional accessories on these waist straps, such as maybe an extra water bottle or a pouch for the lens, so you can quickly swap lenses. Another slight adjustment would be to these external side pockets. They're great because you can put lots of things in it, and you can fit the larger water bottle in it, which I really enjoy. But if this is fully packed, it makes it difficult to get things in and out of the lower compartment. If I want to fit the larger, this is a under 400 ml with the an adapter EF to RF mounted on, and it fits vertical into the bag, which is great. So I'll put it here. You can really feel the tensions between the long lens and the water balls pushing against each other. So it can be more difficult to remove like this and to put it back. So if this side pocket could be slightly thicker, or maybe the side of the bag also thicker, so it wouldn't, both of those items wouldn't kind of hit each other. And the last improvement I would love to see on this bag is something to do with the top compartment. And if you look at the top compartment here, I'll try to make it flat. It's not exactly a rectangle. You can see that you're losing a lot here by the zipper is going round. So having just the top compartment rectangulars would allow you to have more items on the top compartment. And I understand that they did this with the round zipper here to make the overall design more streamlined, and there's a gentle slope instead of being basically like this. But I remember on the Mark II of these bags, that's something roughly similar, is where there was no zipper, and then the bag would basically come like this, and then you had those three little buckle here where you could close it. But if you wanted to put more things into your bag, you would be able to leave it like as is, and then this top Darth Vader flap here had longer buckles. It had 3 stages, so you could leave it at the most close stages, and then you had the stage 2, and then you had the stage 3, which still gave the bag a nice design, but really allow you to jam-pack that top compartment, or even a simple rollout like you found on more and more bags these days, where you can just roll the top out when you want to fit more things, and you can leave it down. From 24 liters, you would maybe go up to 30 liter, and that's something that could be very interesting with this bag. And those were my thoughts on the Langly Alpha Globe-trotter. It is still an amazing bag. It's still my favorite bag that I own. 24 liters is not too small, not too big. I think it's a nice capacity for everyday use, where you can put a bit of photo gear or video gears and your laptop gears and something else. But you cannot take your full kit with this type of bag. This is not what it was made for. In fact, on the website, they say this suits film camera and mirrorless. Which is not true. You can still fit a 5D. I fitted a 1DX Mark II in this, Mark I in this, so it still fit a larger DSLR. Usually the way I have it here is I'll have my 100 to 400 mil, which I always have with me. I'll have the RF5C or the R6 with the 24 to 70, and then here sometimes it's divided in 2. I'll have one film camera with 1 lens and maybe small accessories such as like filters or extra batteries, smaller things. But it really makes you pack the essential, which is good, because usually if you get a bigger bag, you're gonna fill it up. So if you get a 50 liter bag and you're like, oh, I'm only gonna use it for 30 liters, you won't. You're going to use the 50 liters of the bag. So by having, again, 24 liters, kind of like makes you choose what you really need. Just take the essential with you. And that's why I think it's a great everyday bag. And so I would recommend this bag to people that really enjoy the look of it. If the design of a bag isn't really something you care about, it's more about functionality and comfort, then I would maybe step away from this bag, because for the same capacity, you'll find more comfortable bags. And maybe also cheaper. And I would also recommend this bag if you're looking for an everyday bag, something that can fit a little bit of everything and not solely photo gears. And it's also a great bag if you're looking for something durable, something that's weatherproof. If you live somewhere it rains a lot, here in the Pacific Northwest, in England, get that bag. It's just this thing, it can just like You can basically put it on the shower and it will be safe. This is incredible how well it's built. I'll basically use this one until it dies, or if I die first. And so if you're interested into this bag or the Langly bag in general, so that's poor timing. I was just about to export the video, and before that I wanted to make sure that the offers I talked about were still available on Langly's website. Well, it turns out as of today, we are the 9th, Langly sold all of their Globetrotter. They're not available anymore, whether it's green, black, or black and brown, and you can only get the Globetrotter XC for $259. So they said that they might have more color and fabrics coming out, but that might be in a little while. So if you want that bag, you need to get it into the XC version. Alright, that's for me, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this long-term review of the Langly Alpha Globe-trotter. 6 years is kind of a long review. And if you got something out of it, please consider liking and subscribing so I can do more of those videos in the future. I'll see you next time.